I'm aware this might be a controversial opinion, but I love Transformers Legacy Leader Class Blitzwing. I know you might disagree with that take, but calm down, okay? Hear me out. Alright, are you ready for my sound, logical reasoning as to why this toy is good? I just think he's neat. No, really, he's just fun, you know? Legacy Blitzwing is so good when you ain't got a G1er in your ear telling you it's nasty. Sorry if I'm coming on really strong, but I've just seen so many people online be what I would call unnecessarily mean to my favorite little football player. He looks great. Blitzwing has got one of the most surprisingly cohesive color schemes, and it looks great on this toy. It works so well, and the amount of silver paint used on this lad looks so much better than if it was just gray plastic. The silver Decepticon symbols on his legs are particularly hot. I really enjoy his slightly more heavy-set proportions with his big knee-high booties and his big stumpy arms. It makes sense for the character being all rough and tumble and rude, and also for the fact that, well, he turns into both a jet and a tank, and all that junk is going to have to go somewhere. You guys are gonna hate this. I even love the backpack. Much like the wings on Scourge, I think it's much less kibble and much more obviously just part of his design. If there was a Blitzwing that transformed in a way where he didn't have wings or a turret on his back, I don't think I'd like it that much. It's an integral part of his design and character, and he'd feel naked without it. It also provides all the storage for his accessories, and he's got a lot of those. His classic sword is rendered beautifully in this great silver paint, and he's also got two of, well, his usual one gun. In addition, there are the classic Blitzwing oven mitts that were always there since day one, I'd swear. Don't you remember? Do I dislike the hands? No, not really. They're pretty silly and fun. It's unfortunate that they don't stick that well on his fists, and also that they exist, but I'm pretty forgiving. Do these hands justify the $20 increase to leader class price? No. His regular hands aren't great either. I really appreciate the attempt to cover up the arm gaps, but it seems a little haphazardly done. It just looks mistransformed, like there's another step I forgot to do, but nope, that's all. Articulation on him is a bit lacking for a leader class. The neck articulation is great, and that head sculpt is perfection, but the hips and shoulders are pretty limited. Obviously, the backpack means that his arms can't swing backwards, and his little butt flap is just a millimeter or so too long to stop the legs from swinging backwards. That the hip skirts are both articulated separate from each other is great, though. Tank mode is great, and if anyone tells you otherwise, it's probably because they're a terrible person that hates kittens. Sorry, that sounds confusing. To clarify, Blitzwing is not a kitten, he's a robot. Well, he was a robot, now he's a tank, and in a minute he'll be a plane. Calm down and get with the program. I love the tank mode. It's so heavy and compact. I mean, duh, that's the main point of a tank, to be heavy and compact, but he certainly feels better in tank mode than Legacy Tarn, for example. Nothing's going to untab, and although you probably couldn't break glass with him, you could certainly put a large dent in the floor. Is the large purple bulge in the front kind of unsightly? Yes, but the Incredible Hulk gets away with it every day, so why shouldn't Blitzwing? The large purple panels on the side actually bother me more, but it's whatever. Turret spins all sorts of round and goes up and down. Wheels go forward and sometimes even backwards if you're feeling frisky. Odd that it's not blast effect compatible. That seems like a given at this point, but I think I'll survive. You can put the big old hands on top of the turret like a large set of Mickey ears, and you can stick all the other accessories in your rain gutter for all I care. Jet mode is objectively the worst mode. It had to happen somewhere. All the junk underneath is just painful. Maybe if some of it had been incorporated into the wings, it could have looked aesthetically better, but that would be downright silly to suggest because that's not slavishly accurate to the G1 Sunbow animation model. The animation model that also shows the turret attached to the top of his head. It's all a crapshoot anyways. Since he already looks terrible in this mode, you might as well slap those hands on as well, and yep, this is peak Transformers design. I'm happy with Legacy Blitzwing. I'm not sure why, but I am. I feel no reason to apologize for him. He's done nothing wrong, but be the best himself he can be. I feel he could be a bit better if he wasn't trying so hard to be accurate to the cartoon, like, for example, a better jet mode. As is, though, he's still pretty fun. Alright, bye. See you later.